milestone incoming, maybe altcoin season, and happy American Mother's Day. First off, Sully, I wanted to start off by saying that the past 6 months, beginning in mid-January, well, mid-December last year, I actually helped my mom create a portfolio of many cryptocurrencies. She's actually, Sully, are you saying hi again to yourself
Oh,
in the video?
no, it just came up on there. Sorry, I didn't know if it would do that, but yeah.
Anyway, I help my mom. I help my mom buy crypto. She's staking Solana. She knows how to stake. She knows how to use Coinbase. She knows how to use decentralized exchanges as well, like Phantom Wallet. She has a Phantom Wallet where she buys Unicorn Fart Does, the Butthole token, and Fart Coin. Which, by the way, that's a serious investment now. People are making money. And to make things even better, she's
Yeah,
also. By the way, I don't have my stand today. I'm on the road, so we're gonna have to deal with it. I don't have my microphone like I usually do. But anyway, my mom has
that's fine.
Bitcoin. She has Solana. She has XRP. I believe she has Cardano too. She definitely has a lot of Sui. So,
Right.
does your mother have any cryptocurrency by any chance?
No, she didn't have any. No, she.
Why not?
What's that?
Why not?
Um, I think it's because yeah, I don't think she's not very like tech savvy and stuff, and it's also because yeah, she buys gold instead.
Oh, she owns gold.
Like not like the bullion ones, but like there's certain like jewelry kind of ones, those types. But yeah, she has a bit of gold instead. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure if you knew this, but we spoke about it briefly. But the reason why there's jewelry, like the reason jewelry exists, we used to be a way of people transporting money value from one place to another. Did you know that? That's people used to wear jewelry to travel to where they basically wear their wealth on them.
Well, I know that like before we had fiat currencies, we used to hold multiple different types of goods as an exchange of value. But yeah, I know that jewelry used to be one of them, and it can still be used to this day as well.
To a certain extent, especially jewelry that has, that's why you have the different levels of gold in jewelry. You
Mm,
have basically, like X amount of carats because it basically the value of the jewelry that you had was based on the amount of gold and the purity of the gold and the cut of the diamond. So before, if you had to travel, let's say 300 years ago, you had to leave your house or whatever. There was a civil war, or some crazy shit. You'd have millions of
yeah,
dollars worth of jewelry, the equivalent of U.S. of money today, of jewelry on you. That's how you would travel with your value on it. Nowadays, we have cold storage wallets. Well, our generation, Gen Z and millennials specifically, you're
mm,
basically Gen Z, or right on the cusp, and I'm millennial. We have Tangent wallets, Tangent rings. We have ledger devices. We have decentralized exchanges with our seed phrases. That's a new way to travel with money. But I want to get into something really important because we're not going to have a lot of time today. We are
okay.
seeing Bitcoin is about to hit $105,000 today. I said that was my support level. Where do you see Bitcoin? Don't look at the charts, just macro, right? We're about to
Yeah,
have Russia and Ukraine enter a little mini peace deal situation. And we had India and Pakistan, thank God, enter a ceasefire resolution. We also had the UK and the US sign the first trade agreement. We're seeing all these macro alignments. And we also saw Ethereum last night hit $2,500. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. We had Ethereum hit $2,600, correction, last night. Where do you and even remember Ethereum moves first? The reason why, because for me, it's Solana is moving faster, but the reason why is because most of the top altcoins are on the Ethereum blockchain. We're talking about Chainlink, the glue that sticks the market together. Shiba Inu, the biggest meme coin outside of Dogecoin, with this whole ecosystem, Base, etc. Hundreds of tokens, and I think of the top 100, over 50 of them at least. In the top 50, at least 15 to 20 of them at least, are on the Ethereum blockchain. So when Ethereum moves, they all move. This moves the
yeah.
market cap. We are starting to see that Bitcoin dominance is declining. Am I correct?
Bitcoin dominance. It's still doing okay at the moment, but I believe that it will change later on with the Bitcoin dominance.
Well, hey, what's up, Ken Matinee? One of my boys by from the from one of our organizations.
Mm.
Shout outs to them. But yeah, so happy Mother's Day to your mother, by the way, Kat and Matinee. So when you're looking, and Braxton as well. So when you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance, you are seeing that it's declining, right? Not by a lot, but it is by a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'll have to look back on it again, yeah, on the Coin Market Cap, but it is. So I wouldn't be able to say directly, but I can have a quick look whilst we're on the call. But I think
You can
obviously,
look at that. While you
I'm
look
pretty
at
sure
that,
it will go down a bit.
while you look at the Bitcoin dominance real quick.
Mm.
But while you're doing that, what I'm just looking at right now
Yeah.
is a few things. One, M2 money supply is increasing, not the US, unfortunately, but China and other countries are printing money. We understand that in China you cannot um buy cryptocurrency. You can only hold it. You can't buy it, sell it, or swap it. Other factors I'm looking into as well are the peace deals and trade deals incoming. And one very important thing that you guys don't have in the UK that we have in the United States right now is that we just had, which I'm talking to, I'm a lobbyist. I work with different state governments. We've had New Hampshire become the first state to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve, Bitcoin and altcoin strategic reserve. Apologies, and they can also buy. Arizona established one where they can only hold the cryptocurrency that's unclaimed or that they've seized. It is what it is. I'm against that, but it is what it is. And Texas, I'm getting word, is about to establish their Bitcoin and crypto strategic reserve. They already passed the state legislature, which is your House of Commons, I believe, and it's going to the governor's office, governor's desk, in the coming week or so. And Missouri passed a law where they exempt all state residents from property taxes. That's taxes for your houses, I believe they have in the UK, levies or something like
Mm.
that. Anyway, in the US, property taxes, and they got rid of cryptocurrency and stock tax, income, capital gains taxes as well. So you don't pay any at the state level in Missouri. And Oregon, another state, also made it legal. The governor signed this recently, so this is crazy. To use
Mm.
Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as collateral at the state level, you can use Bitcoin and cryptocurrency legally in Oregon to buy houses, cars, etc.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so and also we've had the first city. I think I've told you that the first city in the U.S., Roswell, New Mexico. I'm doing this off the top of my head. It's supposed to be a Mother's Day stream, but people don't want to talk about Mother's Day. They want to talk about cryptocurrency. So Roswell, New Mexico became the first city in the U.S. to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve. And Conor McGregor, you're in that neck of the woods. He's part of regular Ireland, not the British Ireland. He wants to become president of Ireland, and he also wants to establish an Irish level Bitcoin
Mm.
strategic federal levels Bitcoin and crypto strategic reserve. Based on all of this macro factors, we are going to see a supply shortage in the past couple of
Mm.
weeks only. The past month, really, we've had a supply shortage. I'm talking to some of my technical analysts that don't really do YouTube. Well, one of them does. This past Wednesday, we went live, and he told me, "Listen, Mike, the Coinbase and all the exchanges, Gemini, they don't have the Bitcoin that they say that they are having on their books. The reason that they have the Bitcoin is because most people keep it on centralized exchanges. With Ken Matinee knows what the number one or the number two rule of the crypto gang is: you never keep your well, one of them is I think number one is never trust the government. Number two, number three is always keep your cryptocurrency in cold storage.
Mm.
Yes, the reason why on their books they have all the Bitcoin they say they have is because one, most retail investors keep their cryptocurrency on centralized exchanges. Two, BlackRock, Fidelity, all these big organizations, they keep their Bitcoin and crypto on behalf of clients on Coinbase and other crypto exchanges. If they were all to take all their Bitcoin and crypto holdings out, all retail and all major banks out of there, you'd have what's called a supply crunch. They'd have to dig into their reserves and they'd have to make that very clear, especially Coinbase, because Coinbase is listed on the US stock exchange. So all their records are transparent. Solly, talk to me. So you're seeing the Bitcoin dominance is declining, is that correct?
Well, if have a really close look at it from, because for some reason it's not really, because right now it's at 62.3%. I think a few, if it was like last week, it was about 63.9. So it's gone down slightly, but not massively, I'd say.
I mean, it starts
Um,
slow, right? That's how it starts. First, it
mm,
starts slow and then it happens all at once.
yeah.
And one thing I'm also seeing is that Ethereum is, I mean, we've had a few fake outs anyway, but Ethereum is picking up against Bitcoin, right? Look that up for as well, like the Bitcoin versus Ethereum dominance, because usually that's the first mover. Again, I don't hold any Ethereum, but I hold Chainlink. I hold Shiba Inu. It is what it is. I believe in the ecosystem. I believe the future of meme coins, by the way, are meme coins with utility, like Walrus on Sui, which is basically Filecoin but better because it runs on the Sui blockchain. But you need Ethereum to move first. So most of the market, 80% of altcoins being on Ethereum blockchain in the top 100, so they can move as well. So what are you seeing on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair?
So for Ethereum, it was at 7.4% last week, and it's currently 9% right now. So
9%?
it's yeah, so it's actually gone up with this dominance. Strangely
And
enough, yeah,
that's the first time that's happened in the past few months, right? I mean, or at least the first half of the year, because it's basically every time that Bitcoin hit 100K, Ethereum declined.
yeah. I mean, if you look at the yearly low from last year, the BTC dominance was 52.5%, and then for Ethereum was 18%. That was for the yearly low, and then when that is all-time high, it was in May. Oh, hold on, is it yearly high? May the 8th, actually, it says the yearly high was for BTC dominance at 64.4%, which is only about 3 days ago, interestingly enough. It's the yearly high. And yeah, it was with Ethereum, it was at 7.3%. So it's slowly changing there, where it's actually going up with Ethereum is going up with BTC to an extent.
And if you look at the altcoin market, just take out Ethereum for a second. Look at like the other projects. Well, Solana's going crazy. That's probably going to get $200. By the way, I just want to say this, not financial advice for your own research, but I said that my levels basically going up, support levels are 95K, 100K, and now 105K. I think if we can reach 105K by the end of UTC, which is your time, I think, right? Unless you guys change your time, UTC, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 105K. I believe that we're going to hit 110K this next week, which is basically a new all-time high. And once that happens, maybe I'm wrong. Once that happens, what we're going to see is fucking rip Bitcoin rip as soon as Texas passes their Bitcoin and crypto strategic reserve. We have peace, a ceasefire with Russia and Ukraine tomorrow. And I also believe that we might see Bitcoin again. I'm just looking at technical analysis and what
Mm.
I'm hearing from my friend who has an indicator. We might see Bitcoin. He says that Bitcoin should actually shoot up. He believes this. It should shoot up to $250,000 with haste, like in the next 3 weeks to like 2 months. I don't think that's going to happen personally. I think that we're going to see a retracement, but I could see a situation where Bitcoin gets to in the next, like by the end of May, or at least by the Bitcoin conference, the biggest Bitcoin conference in the world. I love Las Vegas. Lived there for 2 months doing political work, lobbying. We can see Bitcoin hit 150K by May 23, 24. At least 120K. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Yeah, yeah, I'm seeing that because it's
Oh, and by
recently
the way,
said,
before I just want to say that you are the most negative person in the world because you look at charts, and when you were looking at charts 2 weeks ago, you were saying that you didn't see it. So continue. So if you're saying it, that
yeah.
means something. Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'd say that like yeah, there's very recently on my weekly chart. Do you know the bit where it says it's a bullish or bearish? It very recently said it's gone to bullish trend. So I do see things coming with like major change with the Bitcoin price. And I just had a look at the top 100 performance for the tokens, and currently there's about 33 that are outperforming. What's it called? Outperforming thingy.
Bitcoin?
Um, Bitcoin, yes, yeah, outperforming Bitcoin. 33 tokens. So there's quite a big change from last time when we spoke.
Because last time we spoke, we actually had like a few tokens that were like deep book, deep secret. So I forgot the name of the thing, the liquidity layer for Sui, and a few of them were like ripping. But you said that you did not consider that altcoin season. You felt that a lot of the major top altcoins had to outperform in order for us to enter altcoin season. So when do you predict
Yeah.
altcoin season is going to happen? You predict it's going to happen tomorrow?
I wouldn't say tomorrow. I'd say it's when BTC reaches the 100 past like the 120K mark. I believe that's when it could potentially happen.
So give me a time frame. A week, 2 weeks? When is that gonna happen?
Um, so I'd say it could, because right now, like I was saying, there's going to be a major change with Bitcoin. So I'd say within the next 2 weeks, it could be a major change. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Detroit 313, shout outs, brother. We have the whole crypto gang here. We're warming up. We have to yeah, we actually have to leave in 13 minutes because well, actually less than that, because we have our own weekly meeting we do. We're gonna have like 2, 3 more minutes of this. But I just want to say that I'm happy since you guys are here that Boston Celtics fan. I'm a huge Boston Celtics fan. I'm originally from New York, but I was raised in New England, so huge all New England fan. No heat with LeBron James. He's had his time, but Jason Tatum killed it last night. I know you don't watch you watch soccer, right, Suey? But Sully, but I almost called you Suey. Let's start calling you Sully Suey. But anyway, any altcoins that we should watch out for? I'm hearing that this will be the last part of our conversation for the day. I'm
Yeah.
hearing that basically XRP has signals. My friend has an indicator. He sent me on a Friday morning. He's like, "Listen, Mike, XRP is about to fucking rip. It's been dormant. Can you see XRP with haste, basically in the next week or so? Look that up. Go to $5.
XRP and haste. What's the current price right now for XRP? Um,
I believe it's like 220 or
let's
230.
have a quick
Ken
look.
Matinee,
Oh, yeah,
Detroit.
236. Yeah. And what's the other one called again? Haste, is it?
Haste mean no. Haste means like an American means fast. Like it's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
happen fast. The
Yeah.
regional term. So, do you believe that XRP is gonna hit like $5 in the next 3 weeks? And keep in mind, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission did drop the case. Detroit, 313, and Ken
Yeah.
Matinee. We're just waiting for Judge Torres lift the injunction so that they can actually sell. Ripple can sell XRP to institutional clients. Like I said before, we already know they're using it in Japan. Japanese banks are using XRP for remittances, bank-to-bank remittances. However, in the U.S., the biggest we have the biggest banks, institutional banks in the world. We have the biggest population in the world. We have the biggest equity markets, New York Stock Exchange, uh, Nasdaq by a large margin. London is number 2, but that's like way out there. We have the Mag 7, the Metas, the Googles, etc. So we need our banks to start using XRP. Right now, they can use Ripple technology for interbank remittance, but until Judge Torres lifts that injunction, they cannot use XRP itself.
All right.
Can you see XRP hitting $5 in the next 2, 3 weeks by the end of May?
Not within the next 2 3 weeks, but I believe that it could reach two and a half cents, maybe 3 cents. I mean, so $2.50 to $3 potentially at the end of this month. It just depends on how that performs from there, really.
I just saw you glitch. Like this guy, man. I just saw you glitch, and I think you said you meant to say $3, but you said $30. You just did like a little Coinbase glitch there.
It was yeah,
You did
between
say
2.5 and $3.
you said $2.50 to $3, not
Yeah,
$30, correct?
no, not $30. No.
Okay. Anyway, you got any last things you want to talk about cryptocurrency or altcoin season before we sign off for the day?
Um, yeah, so I'd say at this moment of time that I believe that good things are coming with crypto, and I believe that major changes are going to happen quite soon. We just need to keep an eye out on that, possibly on a daily or like a weekly basis, just to see how that performs. But yeah, I believe that things are going to go well. Yeah.
Definitely. So Bitcoin is gonna pump. Everything's gonna pump. Remember, there will always be pullbacks. So take profits when you can, and just play the game. With that being said,
Mm,
brother, we'll chat it up next week. Upwards and onwards.
yeah. See ya.